What's up, guys? Thanks again for joining us, and also welcome to my first timers. Today I'm be cooking one of my favorite steaks, the Wagyu ribeye. Wagyu is typically found at your high-end butcher shops as well as high-end restaurants, but today we found it at our local and reliable Walmart. We did unfortunately have to go to 3, being that not every single Walmart is going to hold this high quality meat. But there is an option online that next time I think we'll utilize so we don't have to run around town. This Wagyu ribeye is going to give you the best bang for your buck. We called all of our local butcher shops that sell Wagyu, and we heard prices all the way from $80 to up to $400 a pound. Hey, do you guys have Wagyu? Do you guys have Wagyu? Do you guys sell Wagyu? How much is it per pound? No! But today, we paid only $26 a pound. The phrase Wagyu literally means Japanese steak. Genuine Japanese Wagyu can only come from a certain breed, such as Japanese black cattle. Regulations are incredibly strict to ensure the highest quality and also authenticity of Wagyu beef. Wagyu beef's intricate fat marbling requires a different method of cooking. In order to preserve the tenderness and buttery flavors, the beef is only cooked for about 1 to 2 minutes on each side. As you can see from our ingredients today, instead of making carne asada chips, we're gonna be making Wagyu chips. I can't wait. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also follow us on TikTok and check out our Instagram so you don't miss any of our shows or the cooking I do at home. As you can see, we have all of our ingredients already nice and chopped. We have 3 different cheeses that we're gonna be adding into our Wagyu chips today that are blended in perfectly together. Now it's time to start seasoning this steak. As mentioned, we're gonna only need salt. I love seasoning, but today my job is gonna be pretty easy. Make sure that you season each side. Each side needs to have that even coat of salt. Make sure that you salt the edges as well. Don't forget about that side of the steak. Voila, our steak is ready to go. We're gonna get our pan nice and hot. As mentioned, we're gonna cook this at a very high temperature. Before we throw that steak on, we're gonna prep our chips. We have our 3 different cheeses we're gonna be blending in here. We have our mozzarella, our Monterey Jack, and our sharp cheddar. Separate your cheese out if it clumps up a little bit. I love my cheese, so make sure each chip is covered in cheese. As mentioned, we're only gonna cook this for about 2 minutes on each side. Wagyu is more juicier as well as more fattier and robust than the typical ribeyes or New York strips you've been cooking at home. Oh, look at that first flip. That's what we're looking for, that golden brown trim. Our steak only has about a minute or so left, so we're gonna put this in. So now we're ready to take off our steak. Oh, look at that golden brown trim. Let's get our asada chips out. Oh, you can see all that juice and all that fat cooked perfectly. You can see we got a nice medium blend in here. You don't want to overcook this meat. So for those that like theirs well done, you might have to do a little bit of adjusting when eating Wagyu. Now, the fun part. Let's start putting this thing together. We're gonna start with a little cilantro, sprinkle this around here. Next, depending on your preference, I like a little onion on mine. You don't want to use too much onion because we want, of course, that Wagyu to be standing out. Next, I add just a little bit of tomato. Next, we'll be adding in some avocado. It's a nice little color we got blended in here. Everything's coming together perfectly. We're adding a little bit of spice. Before we throw on our star of the show, let's get a little lime on this. And now let's add that Wagyu. You've never had carne asada chips like this. I will say this might be my new go-to butcher. I know it's funny to say it's Walmart, but wow, this is amazing. Now what we've all been waiting for, that first bite. Whew, this is gonna be a doozy. Wow, that was phenomenal. I cannot believe how juicy and buttery this tasted. It's as if it was almost marinating in olive oil and butter for the last 5 days. This is the way you should only eat carne asada chips. If you're trying to step your game up, add that Wagyu, hit up Walmart. We only paid, again, $26 a pound for some of the highest quality meat you can find in that price range. The juice is still just dripping down my throat. The 3 different cheeses also gave it a different kick. I love a little spice with our jalapeno. And of course, our avocado, and the tomatoes gave it a nice taste as well. If you want to add sour cream, of course, put it on the side, or you can throw it throughout, whatever your preference is. I'm gonna say, I am honestly surprised how phenomenal the steak was. I'm not gonna say my expectations were low, being that it came from Walmart, but wow, this is as if I got it from my favorite butcher shop or at one of the highest quality restaurants you can find. Today was so much fun. Our shopping experience, the cooking experience, the process, learning a new way to eat asada chips. Thanks again for joining us. We appreciate all your love and support. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and again, follow us on TikTok or Instagram so you don't miss any of these shows or any of my crazy dishes that I got for you in the future. Thanks again. Peace. We out. You guys ready to get in this? Lolita's got nothing on this.